All right, next up, I'm going to bring onto the stage for another company presentation, President and CEO of Flora Growth. Sorry, I'm getting some feedback. Louis, come on out. They started talking in my ear. It threw me off. All right, Louis Merchant, President and CEO of Flora Growth. Everyone give it up, please.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to be here at the Benzinga Cannabis Conference. First time I am in this meeting, and we have 19 minutes and 47 seconds, so it's going to be fast and furious. Obviously, Flora is now a public NASDAQ-listed company under the ticker FLGC. A lot has happened over the last 3 years, but the biggest milestone, of course, we have accomplished this year is to go public through a traditional IPO, first all-outdoor company to do so under the NASDAQ exchange, which was a tremendous day for all of us. But let's talk a little bit about the company. This is a beautiful picture of the incredible geography in which we are located. Our grow is an all-outdoor grow and is located on the outskirts of Bucaramanga, Colombia, 1,600 meters above sea level, one of the best conditions to grow specialty cut flowers, which is what we're growing, of course, in cannabis. So what is the problem and where was the opportunity? Clearly, cannabis and hemp are presenting a generational opportunity. The amounts of benefits and products and industries in which cannabis is going to create a disruption are wide and varied, but there isn't a company that is doing in a very meaningful way a development of products and brands. And there's also a stigma with regards to cannabis that we wanted to face straightforward and show consumers and patients that we could develop brands and products that would help their lifestyle and would help, of course, improve their lives. Our mission is very simple. We want to build connected and design-led collective of plant-based wellness and lifestyle brands that delivers the most compelling customer experiences in the world. So some of our investment highlights. At Flora, it all starts with leadership and with people. We have established some of the best-in-class teams at all levels of our organization, led, of course, by a tremendous board that is focused on governance and execution and protecting the interest of our investors. Our chairman of the board, his name is Bernie Wilson. He's a former vice chairman of PricewaterhouseCoopers in Canada. He has been instrumental in leading the strategy and ensuring that we are executing on all the needs of the company, and so we meet the needs of our investors and our consumers. Low-cost cultivation. Of course, we're located in Colombia. And why is this so important? As the cannabis industry continues to commoditize and the regulatory environment starts to ease up and relax, those companies that are able to manufacture and grow cannabis at the lowest production cost at a high quality are going to be the ones that are going to take the market share on a global scale. Our production cost is, as of today, 6 cents per gram of dry flower, which is one of the lowest production costs in the world, and will continue to diminish as we continue to find efficiencies in our grow. Global expansion. Since day one, we have taken aims at the global cannabis marketplace. We are not tied to just one geography. And this has been very strategic from our point of view. We want to make sure that we're in those markets that can generate meaningful revenue streams, that can generate a return on investment over the short term. And that means that we have to be very vigilant about what's happening worldwide with regards to cannabis. High revenue growth. This is our first revenue generating year. As of last year, we were in a pre-revenue stage. And already on our first revenue, we aim to achieve anywhere from $11 to $13 million in revenue. That is just on the first revenue generating year. We expect that to continue to scale rapidly as we finalize our acquisitions and continue to expand our global strategy. Global house of brands. We already have over 7 brands that have been launched in the market and are already on shelves, being distributed in over 13 countries worldwide. And I think what's very exciting about this is that consumers are responding very well to our brands, but we're also rapidly expanding our distribution. And then, of course, a robust M&A pipeline that is founded on 3 strategic priorities. The first one, to expand our distribution globally. We believe we can take the best partners in those local regions where we want to operate. The second one is revenue generating companies. We want to only acquire targets that are revenue generating, that are accretive, and that have the potential to be positive cash flow over the short term. And then third one, human capital. We are not interested in buying companies to pillage their assets or their people. We want to buy or acquire companies that are actually adding value from a human capital standpoint, which is by far the most important foundational strategy that we have. So of course, our focus is on people, and it begins with people. It begins with the people at our farm, the people that are working in each of our divisions. We have 5 operating divisions, and all of them are anchored under the idea that the individuals that work there need to have the resources they need to be successful, and that's why we're different. We are not transactional. We're focused on building value and growth, and that starts with our people, with the brands and the products that we sell. Some of the examples of our leadership team, of course, myself, you probably, if you haven't heard about Flora, you have not heard much about me. I am a 20-year veteran in retail and CPG, have worked for multiple retail companies in the United States, such as Target and Macy's. At one point or another, I was responsible for the sales beauty organization at Macy's, which generated over $3.6 billion in revenue at the time. And then the latest job that I had with the company, I was responsible for customer experience, which included the allocation of human capital across all functions in the organization, a multi-billion-dollar P&L line. But some other members of the team, of course, Lee Liederman, our Chief Financial Officer, Jason Warnock, an expert in the industry, as our Chief Revenue Officer, James Williams, a former banker. He's our VP of Corporate Development and in the room with us today as well. And Damian Lopez, a former CEO and VP of Legal and Strategy. Of course, many other members. I'll just highlight one more here, Dr. Annabelle Manalo Morgan. She leads our scientific team and our research efforts. Dr. Manalo Morgan is a tremendous asset to our organization. She's a molecular biologist out of Vanderbilt, and is leading our efforts to ensure that we have solid scientific-based research to support the claims that we know consumers and patients empirically are saying about cannabis. Okay, so this is our infrastructure, all in one slide. Of course, it's a very ambitious project, and what's exciting about this is that we have been able to execute thus far and expect to continue to execute. So from left to right, you're gonna see cannabis and hemp. Of course, we are a cannabis company, so that's why we have our incredible outdoor grow out of Bucaramanga, on the outskirts of Bucaramanga in Santander, Colombia. We have 100 hectares that have been licensed for both psychoactive and non-psychoactive cannabis. This year, we achieved significant milestones. We are already growing commercial cannabis, both non-psychoactive and psychoactive, and we have the ability to grow and export up to 8 tons of psychoactive cannabis in the year 2021. Expect that quantity and those licenses to expand into 2022. Flora Lab is our manufacturing facility. We have a 16,000 square foot manufacturing facility that has 3 GMP certifications, allows us to manufacture dietary supplements, skincare products, beauty products, as well as medical devices. And then HiMat is a company that we purchased out of Switzerland. I'll give you some more context later in the presentation. In food and beverage, we have our Casa Whole Foods division. It's anchored by our brand called Mambe. This brand is distributed already in thousands of distribution points in Colombia and Latin America. We continue to grow this business and expect this to be a significant source of revenue for our company. In skincare and cosmetics, we have Flora Beauty. We've launched 2 brands, one aimed at the prestige consumer in North America and one aimed at the mass consumer. My Naturals is our mass consumer brand. It's already distributed in department stores such as Falabella, which is the Macy's of South America, has hundreds of stores throughout many countries in South America. And is founded by Paulina Vega, who's a business entrepreneur as well as an ambassador for multiple brands like Tag Heuer or Adidas. She has almost 6 million followers on Instagram and has been a tremendous asset to our company. In lifestyle and apparel, we have Stardog, which is a clothing line made out of hemp. The benefits of cannabis extend beyond the of course, traditional uses such as dry flower, crude oils, distillates, and isolates. At our company, we believe in maximizing the yield of cannabis, and that's why in the industrial uses such as paper, bioplastics, construction materials, and textile fibers are important to us. This is just the first project, but we're gonna launch many more in the upcoming months and years. And then ancillary technology. Consumers today are stigmatized about cannabis, but are slowly adopting cannabis. There's, of course, more usage of cannabis, more people adopting, and the current users are using more of it. But it's important that we give them different delivery mechanisms that allows them to feel like they're not smoking a joint. The Vessel brand is a tremendous delivery method brand out of Canada. They designed one of the best vape pens and delivery devices in the industry, and we're very lucky to sign in an acquisition letter of intent. Look forward to closing that transaction in the upcoming months. And then in nutraceutical and wellness, we're going to continue to look for partners that can play in this space. As we know, once again, it improves the lives and the wellness of consumers and patients. The first deal that we announced here is Kaleya, which is a wellness brand out of Canada, distributed in Loblaws and Walmart. And we now have a JV to distribute their products, first in Latin America and then worldwide. So let's start with low-cost cultivation. I think I'm going to spend 30 seconds on this slide. 6 cents per gram of dry flower versus $1.49 to $2.36 compared to our counterparts in North America. You see some comparisons and examples, not only from local partners in Colombia, but also other producers in North America. A number of favorable growing conditions contribute to this, such as the geographical location in which our farm is located. It's important to highlight that Colombia has 5 thermal floors. Not all land in Colombia is the same. Where we are located is idyllic, is a beautiful space, and is allowing us to deliver this significant cost structure advantage. This is a comparison of what happens when you add shipping, fulfillment, processing, and packing. You're looking at a cost per eighth of 4 to 5 times less than our North American competitors. And of course, that is a significant competitive advantage and economic moat that we're going to be able to leverage as the regulatory environment clears up. And of course, this cultivation success is proven. Not only we are now growing commercially and we're growing it at this cost, we are achieving either the efficiencies that we have promised or better efficiencies, and we expect those to continue over the long term. And then we have the ability to scale. It's important to note that we have 100 hectares, which is a tremendous amount of land. You can grow 3.5 tons per hectare per year. But like what you see here is only 50% of the land that we have available. And at 50% of the land, we already have a significant advantage over other cannabis growers worldwide. And of course, for those of you who are not aware of the recent changes of the Colombian law, there have been major developments in the regulatory environment that were aided by many of the people that play in cannabis in Colombia, including Flora growth. These are the 4 major changes that were just signed under Decree 613 2 months ago by President Duque. The first one is the ability to grow and export dry flower, both psychoactive and non-psychoactive. This is a big deal because over 40% of all revenues in the cannabis trade are coming from dry flower. Now we're going to be able to take part of those revenues. It will be a significant revenue stream for my company over the short term. The second one is cannabis ingestibles. We knew this would come, and that's why we have a food and beverage division that is generating meaningful revenues for the company. But we needed the government's approval to infuse our food and beverage products with cannabinoids. This law now allows us to include food and beverage into the portfolio of products and, of course, generate revenue streams. Custom formulas are a very exciting portion of the portfolio. They have 80% margins. Now we can broadly distribute them. And, of course, marketing now is allowed broadly in Colombia of all cannabis products, which, of course, presents a significant opportunity for us. I'll highlight a couple of examples of our M&A strategy and how we are investing every dollar that we have received from our investors. We have taken a minority stake in Hoshi International. This company was founded by the founders of Metrum and Flower, experts in the industry, and it's a pure European play. They have assets in both Portugal and Malta, and our intention is to secure pathways and entryways into the European market, which is very important to us. The second one is Tropy. They're the largest distributor of canned foods in Colombia. They reach over 130,000 distribution points. They reach 93% of all municipalities in Colombia. Our food and beverage products are now distributed through Tropy. This is a contract that is generating over $1 million in revenue per month. And then Calella is an example of how we can partner with brands that are already in market, that are doing it well, that consumers are responding to. This brand has almost a 50% loyalty and repurchase ratio in Canada. We're taking this brand to South America. We're distributing them in Colombia, and we have the opportunity to, of course, infuse cannabinoids and take it to the other North American markets. Of course, a brief review of each one of our divisions. I mentioned, of course, Flora Lab. This is a 16,000 square foot facility. It's located in the capital city of Colombia, in Bogota. We have taken this laboratory, recertified in all three categories for dietary supplements, for dermocosmetics, and for medical devices. And what we provide here is a turnkey solution for all those brands, all those companies that want to develop cannabis brands. They come to us, we provide them the solution, we develop their products, we develop their branding, and we manufacture them at an incredible cost structure. And then, of course, Flora Pharma. It's important to us that one of our values is to ensure that we educate communities and that the products and the services that we're offering are backed by science. Dr. Annabelle Manalo Morgan is leading these efforts. We launched the first human clinical trials in partnership with the University of Manchester. And our efforts behind these clinical trials are to, of course, prove the empirical benefits that consumers and patients are telling us cannabinoids have today, whether it's pain or sleep or anxiety. In this case, this first study is aimed to treat fibromyalgia and any other acute pain illnesses that can exhibit potential benefits. The reasoning behind this is simple. If we can have science backing these claims, we're going to be able to demystify the stigma around cannabis and take it more mainstream. These are some of the examples of Casa Whole Foods. We only utilize natural products. We work with native and local communities. Our founder is Laura Londoño. It's important to us that we have faces that are relatable, that are mainstream, that can communicate and have communities already around them. Laura has almost 2 million followers on Instagram. She's a very popular actress in Latin America and Colombia, and she's the founder of this brand with her husband, has been a tremendous asset to our organization. Of course, the example translates to Flora Beauty, where Paulina Vega, who is not only incredibly gorgeous, but incredibly smart as well, and has a tremendous intuition about product development and what it means to have products that actually provide benefits in terms of skincare. She has helped us develop both of these brands, and we have been successfully rolling them out both in North America. This is distributed in the United States, 45 out of the 50 states where we can actually sell the products. And then, of course, it's in Falabella and brick and mortar stores and in D2C. And then this is one of many examples of the industrial uses of cannabis. These shoes are our bestseller shoe. They represent over 40% of our revenues. These are handmade shoes out of Colombia. We're making these shoes with hemp. The entire top of the shoe is hemp textile fiber. The hemp textile fiber is a tremendous opportunity. There is a significant gap that it has been identified between supply and demand of textiles over the next 5 years. And the majority of this demand will be met with synthetic fibers, which are very harming for the environment. The next best option is cotton. Cotton utilizes a lot of water, utilizes a lot of pesticides. Hemp is a tremendous alternative. It supports the soil it's grown in. It utilizes a fourth of the water. It's very good for the environment. It's also antibacterial, seasonless, very comfortable. I encourage everyone to go to StarDog. If you want a discount, I'll be happy to give you one after this meeting, so you can go to StarDog and get your hemp shoes. And then a couple of acquisitions in Heimat. 90 seconds left, guys. The first one is Heimat. It's a Swiss manufacturer of hemp natural products. Their single biggest product is the hemp pre-roll cigarette style. They're distributed in over 2,000 distribution points in Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Belgium. They're a great acquisition, have a tremendous product portfolio pipeline that we're going to leverage. We're also going to leverage our existing portfolio to infuse into the Switzerland market. Vessel, I mentioned. I encourage you to go to vessel.com and see the incredible design that is coming out of this group. They're based out of Carlsbad, California. We're very proud to have them join our team. They are design focused, product and experience focused, and are at heart a branding company and a tremendous asset for our organization. And then lastly, in my last 40 seconds, our position. We are in a great spot. Obviously, we just became public May 11th. We're, as of June 30th, $24 million in cash, very minimal operational debt. $20 million in cash, almost $20 million in cash, with $24 million coming in from our warrants. All of them are being in the money that we're gonna continue to collect over the short term. And we're very proud to be here and be presenting at Benzinga. I'm going to close it there. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Luis, from Flora Growth, and congratulations on going public. Thank you very much.